Hey, hi everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we will be diving into data skew. I will break down the step by step. So end of the video we will be having the solid understanding on this. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out future video. Let's jump right now in the data skew topic. Okay. So what is the data skew? Data skew happen when the data is not equally spread across all the worker computer in your Spark cluster. Some worker get more data to process while other get less. As the result, the worker with the more data take longer to finish, causing the delay in overall job. Okay. So how Spark will work? How data will be like distributed? We'll understand here. In Spark, data is split into partition. Each partition is assigned to a different worker in a cluster to process the data in parallel at the same time. Okay, for the job to finish quickly, each worker should have about the same amount of data to process. This way all the worker finish their task at the same time, keeping in the job efficient. But it is not possible, right? Our worker should get the same amount of the data. It will not get. So that's why the skew will happen. So you'll understand here. So data skew explain. Okay, let's say you have a data set with the sale information from the different store. Most store have a similar number of the transaction, but one store has a huge amount of the transaction. Spark divide the data, but one partition get all the data from the BGS store. Okay, while other partition have much less data. The problem is the worker that get the busy store data take longer time to finish its task while other worker finish very quickly and sit idle. This way delay in the job because the see we are getting the equal amount of time to finish the job, but the whatever the worker got the BGS store data, that data is more and the completion of that part they will take more time. But the who got the fewer transaction, so they worker will finish their job very quickly and they will sit idle. So because of that job will get delayed. So causes of the skew. So why the causes will happen? So why is the data skew will happen? So let's understand here. So frequent are the popular way if you are grouping or joining the data based on the column like stored ID or the customer ID. Some value like one popular store may appear much more frequent than other, causing the partition to hold lot of more data. Okay, because we have to divide the data based on the some key, primary key, the stored ID. So that's way it will be like the data will get more for the one partition and one worker. So that's why it will take time and it will be a real scenario. Okay, so uneven data, the data itself might be unbalanced. Sometimes the data itself will be unbalanced. For example, if you are processing the website log, some pages might get the way more traffic than other, leading to more data for certain partition. Definitely like the equally getting the traffic to the all the website is not possible, right? So some the pages, some websites have the huge traffic and the data will not get equally distributed. So why data skew is the problem? So why the problem is if the data is the one worker is get the more data, they are taking the delay to process, other are ideal. So how it is like the what is the problem? So definitely the problem is the slow performance. The worker handle larger data partition called straggler will take much longer to make the whole job slow because they are keep working. They have the huge data. Other are the sitting ideal. So that's why whole job will get slow. Okay. Waste of the resources. Some worker finish their task quickly and wait for the slower worker remain. Your system is the resource aren't used efficiently because we are not using our resources efficiently because they are ideal. And how to fix it? So how data we can fix it? So there are the multiple way to fix this. Salting key, add a salt key or the random number to the skew key to spread the data more evenly. For example, instead of just using the stored id as a key, you can add a random number to the key like stored id plus random number. This makes sure that data is split more evenly across the worker. After processing, you can remove the extra number. Broadcast join, if you are joining two data set and one data set is small, you can use the broadcast join. This means the Spark send the smaller data to all the worker instead of splitting it. Avoid the data skew. Okay, and we can use the partition also. You can manually tell sparks to split the data more evenly into the different partition. This help balance the load across the worker. So partition manually, while writing the code, we can write the partition also, we can do the broadcast join also. And the last method, like the adaptive query execution, AKU. Spark 3.0 has the feature called AKU, has automatically detect the data skew and optimize how the data is processed. Okay, so in the real life, so if you are the clear like the how squeeze happen, and if you are the any doubt, the till now I have explained the technically, but I will take the some real time example in our daily life, so you will be like getting the, if you have the some small doubt also, it will get clear. Okay, let's image you have a store and there are the 5 workers. Each worker gets assigned a certain number of customer to assist. Okay, if one worker get 90% of the customer and other get very few, the busy worker will take much longer to finish, while other worker finish very quickly and wait around. This is like the data skew. Okay, this is like the data skew. Understand? One uh, partition worker get too much data to process, slow down whole operation. Okay, so why Spark doesn't even means evenly distribute data? Means why the Spark will not distribute evenly? So when the Spark process the data, it divide the data based on the key or the column as we discuss. Okay, you are working with, okay, whatever the working, the if you are working with the stored id, so based on that the data will get distributed. Okay, or like the data will be processed. For example, if you are joining, grouping or aggregating the data based on the stored id, so well the Spark will be store the data based on the Spark stored id. Okay, so simplified the video outline, the basic example show how the Spark split the data across the partition and how it will work when the data is balanced. Okay, showing like we have shown the data skew using the example with one store that has the way more transaction than other, and explain how it will slow down the job. So simple fixes we have provided, explain the salting key, broadcast join, the simple way with the smaller scale, and the other partition also, AKU also. So we have used that the example by using the related some of the real-time example workers related in the store I have given. So I think hope you understand this. So we'll cover the salting, because salting we have not covered it, but other like the data optimization, the Spark job we have covered in the previous video. If you are not seen that video, please request you to go that, so you can understand the data partition, the data broadcast join and all. So we'll stop here. Thank you.